Hi, everybody, and welcome to the Alumni House Podcast. My name is Quacker.
My name is Matt.
And if you've watched this for any time, you realize we're doing things a little bit different this time. I'll be driving the ship tonight. We're talking the NCAA tournament. College basketball. We are in the last rounds of the Sweet 16. Right, this is the second day of Sweet 16 play. I just saw where Duke survived against St. John in their game. So we're going to kind of go through the first. We'll start off with the first couple rounds, Matt. And what were some upsets that maybe popped out to you? That you were like, I can't believe that one. Like. Of course, the 5-12. That's a common upset.
Yeah, 5-12 doesn't even register on my scale. So, in the first weekend, to be honest with you, until number one Florida lost, I didn't have a single upset like of note. Like I honestly thought this is the most boring tournament that I can remember. There were a few 5-12s, and there were some 7-10s, right? But until Florida lost, I was like, this is kind of been a lackluster tournament, and we need to. And to be honest with you, like, that's still my sentiment today. Like, the biggest loss so far is Florida losing. And then Iowa obviously beat number 4 Nebraska, but all due respect to Nebraska, I feel like Florida would have beat them too. So Nebraska was due out at this point anyway. So
right.
So when you ask me what my upsets were, there were none. This has been the most boring tournament in recent memory, other than the Florida Iowa game.
For me, it was the VCU North Carolina game. I didn't have that one like anywhere, and that upset cost Hubert Davis his job at North Carolina.
I think I picked VCU in every bracket I had. I didn't see any way North Carolina won that game. So to me, that wasn't an upset at all.
I only had North Carolina pick going deep, like deep in one bracket, and that was just a personal thing there. But I had them going. At least as a Sweet 16 in most of my brackets, and they had a 15-point lead at one point, and so to drop that 15-point lead like that, just really shocking. And like I said, it cost Hubert Davis his job.
But it didn't. I think what cost Hubert Davis's job is his whole tenure. Like, he was never great. Like, now, it's hard to follow Roy Williams, so I'm not going to sit here and, like, beat him over the head. But that game didn't cost him his job. In fact, I think he could have made it to the Final Four and still lost his job. I think he was a national championship shy of keeping his job. Like, that's what he needed, because the Hubert Davis tenure hasn't been what North Carolina needed. So I don't know that I'm comfortable saying that game cost him his job. I think he was done if he didn't get to Indianapolis.
It's funny you say that because his first season they made it to the national championship game. And they got blown out. I think it was against Kansas.
Right, and what did they
actually? A lot of early exits or maybe missed the tournament. I don't think they missed the tournament.
He also had who was that dude he had for 4 years who was a freshman that year, or maybe he had him for 3 years. Something
Baggett.
That's not it. Something with a B and an A. I want to say like
I think it's Bacon.
No. Oh, Baycott.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see it spelled out, and I was like, it's B-A-C-O-T, Bacon.
I could just see his face. He was
and he had like the dreads kind of like up top.
The top.
He was Yeah. He was a good player. He was a freshman on that team that played in the championship game.
And then after that, and I think that's the thing is like I hate it for Hubert Davis, and I hope he lands on his feet. But the problem we're facing now, and we're seeing this even with Duke, they barely won tonight. I feel like teams like Florida, Arizona State, Tennessee, Alabama are going to start to absolutely trump these schools like Kansas, Kentucky, UNC, Duke, because we live in the NIL era, and like it, love it, or hate it, Duke and North Carolina can't pay the same kind of money Florida or Arizona can. They can't. Like, period. That's not a subjective, like, hot take. It is an objective fact. And so I think schools like North Carolina and UNC, unless they're able to reinvent themselves, are I think their eras are at risk of being, I'm not going to say over, but on the fringe.
Mm-hmm. I don't know what like UNC or Duke's war chest looks like, but I would imagine for basketball it's probably deeper than a lot of schools, because that's their driving sport.
But it's not, though, because when you look at their overall financial, what they can put into athletics, let's just compare them to Tennessee. All right. If they can put $100 million into all of their athletics, and I don't know that they can, I think Tennessee's probably putting $500 million into theirs. Meaning, I know we want to romanticize it and say like, oh, well, they're a basketball school, so they're going to put everything they've got towards that. But everything they've got towards that may not equal more than 10 or 15 or 20% of what everyone else has, which means they're still behind the eight ball. And I think we're starting to see that.
Yeah, I mean, it's so funny how since the collective, whatever they call it, the collective era is kind of where they have to take the rev share. We're in the rev share in there, and it's limited to $20 million per school. And like these collectives now are kind of, well, they're non-existent now because schools can't pay out of the collectives anymore. So like you have to do like individuals, businesses are having to write checks to athletes and stuff now.
Well, that's how NIL was supposed to be. Oh, Chad, let's say you're an offensive lineman for so on and so forth. We want to pay you to market this product. That's what NIL was supposed to be. It was never supposed to be how much can we recruit you for to come to this school.
Yeah.
So from that standpoint, I think it's great. Because that was the intention, was that the NCAA can't prevent an athlete from making money on their name, image, and likeness based on what they've done.
Mm-hmm.
But then it almost instantly turned into paid recruiting.
Yeah.
Which is never what it was supposed to be.
Yeah, you're right. Now they have the clearinghouse that has to go through and all. It's become so convoluted. And I didn't realize this. I've been listening to Matt Moscona here out of Baton Rouge. He's got a podcast that I've been listening to, and he's really kind of explained it very well, like the finances of college sports pretty well. And it's pretty interesting. Because he's talking about the LSU, with all the stuff that Matt Moscona.
No, who's LSU?
They've been in the news a little bit lately. And we'll talk about that in a minute. But he was talking about how LSU was paying their current football roster, and it was like They kind of gotten ahead of a lot of schools because they had paid this past year's team out of the collective because they front loaded everything and saved all their money for the rev share until like now, and so they had kind of were able to the way they were able to recruit stuff, because he talked about like this current roster is probably like $40 million for the football team, right? And he was talking about how they can't go into the collective anymore because the collective doesn't exist, but they're having to like get like you may have to have like 10 NIL deals for one player to equal what what they could have just pulled out of the collective and stuff like that. So because like they won't just allow you to write a $5 million check to a player because if the values. No, you're right. You shouldn't have. Yeah. Because I mean, as popular as these college athletes are, we'll just say Tim Tebow, when he was at Florida, was going to increase the local Florida dealerships foot traffic to the point where a $5 million NIL deal would have been at least not from that one place. He's not going to bring in that much more traffic. It may increase a little bit because he's saying, hey, I drive forward from this dealership. Yeah. You should too.
I think Tim. I will say I think Tim Tebow is a terrible example because he's like one of the most marketable and forward-facing college athletes of all time. Like there's not a comp.
Yeah.
Like you can't compare Joe Burrow or Marshawn Lynch at Cal or Aaron Rodgers or Bryce Young at like Tim Tebow's kind of one of one. So I feel like that's a terrible example to use. But
the first one came to mind. But I mean, I mean, getting back to the NCAA tournament. I mean, second round. The Florida one. That was the huge upset I had in my bracket. It completely destroyed one of my brackets. And then I didn't think Alabama would make it as far as they made it. I really think because they had that player
now, and they're getting absolutely embarrassed. So they won't be playing basketball much longer this year.
But I had them going out against Texas Tech because I was like, well, they lost it. That guy was supposed to be like one of their big stars to the drug charges, and I was like, I thought they'd win the first round, but I thought when they played Texas Tech, it would be more even. But they came out and were just raining threes.
Yeah, well, they're getting made to look pretty silly by Michigan. So, all right, so let's take a pause in the tournament and talk about this. Is funny because just to reset things. So typically I'm the host of our show, and I wanna clarify for everyone so they know and set the stage. Quacker, to my right, lives a stone's throw away from the state of Louisiana, and has on multiple occasions said to me, and I don't know if on air or not, but on multiple occasions has said to me, wouldn't it be cool if Will Wade came back to LSU? Well, I wish he would say it. He won't say it. He will no longer give us a boy howdy. But Will Wade, where's Will Wade now?
He's in Baton Rouge.
He is.
I
didn't think that would ever happen. I thought it was a cool idea. I didn't hate your sentiment. I didn't think it would ever happen. So when I saw that, I was like, man, I bet Quacker is over the moon.
It was really close to happening last year. But Scott Woodward wouldn't pull the trigger on it because he was the one that fired him. He didn't want to fire him, but all the circumstances around the FBI stuff and all. I mean, they didn't want to fire him in the first place, but they had to protect the NCAA told him, if you don't fire him, we're going to go after your football team, baseball team, all this stuff.
Just to be clear, the things that he was fired for are now legal. So
yeah.
So it's not so much a controversial hire, but it's an enigmatic hire for sure.
Yeah. But you know when he was at McNeese State, they wanted to bring it back in, but Scott Woodward wouldn't pull the trigger on it. And Matt Moscona talked about how that's one of the big things that led to the firing of Scott Woodward this past football season was, this was a move that they wanted to make, and last year he wouldn't do it, and a lot of the big donors at LSU were like, we want him back because the basketball team is irrelevant with Matt McMahon at the helm, and they won 3 games this year in league play.
15th or 16th in the league.
They're right there at the bottom. I don't. They only won 3 games.
Carolina, and Lamont Paris is gone. So let me ask you this: as someone who lives very near to the state of Louisiana, and you and I both have lots of family members who are LSU fans, but being where you live, just by virtue of proximity, you know more than I do. How do you think, the Tiger Nation at large views this? Is it like, welcome home, this is where you belong, this is what should have happened all along? Or is it, we're glad you're back, but let's see?
I think it's they're glad he's here.
Yeah.
It's
towards the first, more the first.
Yeah. I mean, they didn't really want to see him go in the first place.
Yeah, well, as an objective non-LSU fan, I think LSU fans should be leaning towards the first, because it's like we talked about, he was fired for an offense that is no longer illegal or fireable. So it's not like he was fired for some crazy, Ponzi pyramid sex slave scheme. Sorry, I'm not supposed to say that on YouTube, but you know what I mean? It's not like he was fired for some crazy thing. He was fired for something that's no longer against the rules. So in my mind, as a non-LSU fan, I think if you're an LSU fan, you say, welcome home. This is where you belong,
Yeah. It's a special place for him and his family. This is where their first child was born. He took them to the Sweet 16 right before, I think, the year he got fired. He took them to the Sweet 16. Now
they're was it just the Sweet 16?
Yes, I think it was just the Sweet 16.
Okay,
but I mean, it's cost LSU a lot to bring him back. I saw a figure they spent $200 million on coaches this year between firing Brian Kelly, hiring Lane Kiffin, firing McMahon, and hiring.
Okay, but this is across all sports. Okay, but let's be honest. Hold on. For a minute, I thought you were talking about basketball coaches. Let's
no.
If we're talking about a major SEC program spending $200 million over, when was Will Wade originally fired?
4 years ago.
Okay, so over 4 years, you spent $200 million in coaches in basketball and football for a premier SEC program.
No. This year. Yeah, but they're talking about because they fired.
It still doesn't matter. You're talking about firing, bringing in a coach for football, firing and bringing in a coach for basketball. That's okay. That's a lot for St. John's. That's not a lot for LSU. That's not a lot for Florida. That's not a lot for Tennessee. It's not a lot for Alabama. By the way, I'm seeing all the crying Alabama fans. It's making me so happy. I love seeing Alabama. Bye, Alabama. I have no love for Michigan. I just love seeing Alabama lose. And listen,
right.
I hate Tennessee too, but I would much rather see Tennessee advance than Alabama. Alabama has no business being good in basketball. Bye, Nate Oates. You're a fraud. You're never going to get past the Elite Eight other than the one time you made it to the Final Four. Good riddance. And I'm not bitter about it.
I heard his name attached to the UNC job.
Take Take him. Take him. He was never going to be better than Elite Eight at Alabama. At UNC, maybe he gets him better than that. But he's at a school that is terrible at basketball. Historically, has always been bad at basketball. They're never going to be better than what they are right now. So UNC, take him. Because I guarantee you Nate Oates could do better at UNC than he could at Alabama. And nothing would make me happier than Alabama have to go, dredge the sewage to find their next coach.
I know that Charles Barkley's happy right now because I was watching last night, and he was like, Michigan, you got to pull it out for me. I can't live in a state where...
For a minute, I thought you were about to say Charles Barkley was going to go coach Alabama. I'm like, wait a second. That computes.
Oh, speaking of coaching, I saw, I think today it was a flight tracker. Somebody tracked Michael Jordan's flight to Chapel Hill. Like his private plane to Chapel Hill, and supposedly he's supposed to be meeting with the AD about the coaching job there.
Well, that's not surprising. I mean, Jordan's a major sponsor of theirs, so that wouldn't. I mean, I'm sure he did that between Williams and Davis.
Well, the way they're making it sound like he's like talking about being the next head coach. I don't see that.
No. He's going as the face of the Jordan brand. I guarantee it. He's not going to be. Jordan was not even a good co-owner for the Wizards. Why would he be a co-owner?
Or the Bobcats?
What are the Bobcats?
Charlotte Bobcats. It's the Hornets now. He was the owner. He was the owner of the Hornets. They were the Bobcats when he bought them.
I don't even remember that. I just remember him being part owner of the Wizards.
Yeah. That's he bought Charlotte years ago.
Yeah, no, that may be a thing that's circulating on Reddit, but it's not real. Like, no.
I don't do Reddit, but it was on. I think it may have been on X, but I mean, that is.
I'm sure trustworthy. I'm sure that Jordan did go there, but I'm sure he went there as the face of their number one sponsor, not as a potential next head coach. Jordan's never coached anywhere. There's no precedent for that. Bye. Alabama is officially eliminated. Good riddance. You'll never see me more happy than when Alabama loses. So,
Arizona blew out Arkansas last night, and I was kind of happy about that too.
Somebody told me, some guy who's like a half basketball fan told me this morning, they're like, yeah, because we went out to breakfast. I went out to breakfast with a couple of my buddies, and he was like, yeah, I picked Arkansas to win that game. I was like, never pick Calipari to win a game that requires good coaching. If it just requires good talent and recruiting, pick Cal. If you need good coaching to win the game, he's not your guy. Ever. I was shocked that anyone picked Arkansas to win. Calipari is an awesome recruiter and an awesome assembler of talent. As an X's and O's head coach, he is like a 4.5 out of 10. Prove me wrong. Name one coach who's above that, who we know that through empirical evidence, who routinely loses to Cal. Or even barely loses to Cal. It doesn't happen.
Yeah.
So, all right. So we've got Florida had an early exit. We've got Will Wade back in Louisiana. What else do we have that is of note within the realm of basketball?
We had. To me, this is an upset. They're better than I thought. I mean, they're a 3 seed, but Illinois beating Houston by 10 last night. I didn't have that in my bingo card. I had Houston either in the Elite Eight or Final Four in my brackets.
Well, I think you and I both did. I think we had Florida or Houston coming out of that region in every bracket, right? So neither of them being in the Elite Eight is crazy. Like super crazy. But hey, that's March Madness to me. It's not March Madness to see Alabama losing. It is March Madness to see Florida and Houston both being being beat, before the Elite Eight. So
yeah. So now we got a Big Ten, Elite Eight matchup for tomorrow. With Iowa and Illinois. I'm kind of pulling for Iowa at this point. I wouldn't mind seeing them get the Final Four.
So am I. I mean, they're a 9 seed, right? So,
yeah.
Let's see how far they can go. They're the lowest seed remaining, aren't they?
Let's see. Yeah. Looks like it. Yeah. This is a 1, 2. So we got Michigan State, UConn just tipped off. Who's left? Iowa State, Tennessee are 2 and 6. Yeah.
Okay, so hot take. I think Iowa State's going to lose tonight. I think Tennessee's going to win that game.
Okay.
Well, I just think
I don't hate it. I mean, I think Rick Barnes is a really good coach.
That's what I was going to say. I think Rick Barnes is just that coach. I don't think Nate Oates, I don't think John Calipari, I don't think they're the same caliber of coach as Rick Barnes. Which is why I think a number 6 seed Rick Barnes helm team could win. And to be honest, I kind of expect it, but we'll see.
I didn't know he'd been at Tennessee for 11 years. I heard him saying that the other night, and I was like, wow.
That is crazy.
I did not know that.
He was at Texas. But I guess, again, he was at Texas when
Kevin Durant was there.
Yeah, when Kevin Durant was there. I couldn't even remember his name, so I guess it does make sense that he's been there 11 years. So.
Yeah. All right, so UConn, Michigan State, who you got? I mean,
Michigan State.
I saw something. Michigan State. I saw something that said that UConn under Hurley, if they've made it to the Sweet 16, they have won the championship. Wait, no, it was since maybe since like 2000. If they made it to the Sweet 16, they won the national championship. So apparently they either get put out or they win it all.
No, I've got Michigan State just because I'm not a fan of UConn. So,
I'm indifferent about UConn.
Yeah, but you and I have talked a lot about Michigan State. I think we share a love for that. That institution and what it comes from. So.
Yeah, your dad and my mom both being born there.
Oh no, I was
it's kind of this.
I was just talking about the coaching pedigree, but I didn't.
Think about that. I tend to kind of, if I have family from a state, or like in the case of Michigan, with what 3 of each of our parents, like your dad and my mom, like 3 of their siblings being born in the state. It's one of those things. It's a tie to the state that I'm like, I can pull for.
Okay, but you say that, but would you cheer for Michigan in the same way that you're going to cheer for Michigan State?
Mm-mm.
Okay,
no, because Michigan State.
Family. It's not all about family. It's about the fact that we respect the coaching history at Michigan State.
I just don't like Michigan either. The University of Michigan.
That's what I'm saying. Is it's not just because our parents were born there. That's
no.
It.
Yeah.
But I will say, while I don't feel as strongly as you do, when it comes to Michigan State basketball, it's pretty hard for me to cheer against them.
Mm-hmm.
I respect their tradition and their history. Now, interestingly, they have not won the championship since 2000.
Right.
So it's been a long time, but they've been they've been good for a long time. Now, what makes that really interesting is that we now know. I mean, we know that there are players on that team who have had kids who are out of college at this point since Michigan State's won one. But I know you and I, we love the Michigan State coaching pedigree. So, that's the big thing.
At this point, you got to wonder how much he's going to coach. I mean, he's got to be in his 70s at this point. I mean,
let's
same thing with Pitino.
But I'm not going to say this about Pitino. But let's get him one more banner. let them ride off the sunset. So let's just call it right now. Let's start a grassroots campaign that we want the Michigan State Spartans to win the title this year. And that
I don't have anybody else to pull for in this. I mean, so why not? I mean,
the biggest thing I wanted was Alabama to lose. That's already happened. So everything I wanted in the tournament, short of my team winning it, has happened. So
yeah. I mean, this is going to be a fun next couple weeks here, I think. Because you got some really good programs. Like whoever wins Michigan State,
it's not
UConn, I mean, they got to play.
We got 10 days left. That's it. Because we got Elite Eights tomorrow and Sunday. We got Final Four Saturday. We got the final on Sunday. So it's not a couple weeks. Did I say Sunday? Yeah, Monday.
Yeah. I meant this weekend and next weekend. That's two weekends is what I was thinking.
Well, yeah.
But
I mean, Friday's basically over, so. But that's I'll subscribe to that.
But I mean, whoever wins this one, they got Duke next, and that's not gonna be easy matchup there.
Ooh, I think Duke is overrated.
I'm not saying they're great. I mean, I'm just saying it's not gonna be an easy matchup. I tell you, after watching Arizona a couple games, I wouldn't be surprised if they win it all. I mean,
no, I don't think so. I think that's the. Let me back up. I think that's a good pick. I think you are wise and informed in your pick. I have a feeling Arizona's going to lose a game they shouldn't. But I think
I would be surprised if they lose to Purdue because Purdue's just sneaky good.
Every time I hear Purdue, I think of two things. I think of all hail Drew Brees, but I also think of Reese Davis saying Purdue can't win a game because they don't tackle in a highlight for Saturday. And I just, that's never left me. So every time I hear Purdue, I hear Purdue. And I just thought, I don't know, it's funny. But then I want to turn around and apologize to Drew Brees because, I'm like, if it weren't for Purdue, we wouldn't have you and a Super Bowl and all these happy years. So I apologize for laughing at Purdue. So then I feel bad about the whole thing.
Yeah, we have family that's big Purdue supporters and stuff. They all graduated from there.
Yeah,
our Indiana family.
I mean, I know we have family from Indiana, so you know about 98% more than I do about our family from Indiana. What I know is that they are family and they're from Indiana. Anything else, I don't. So.
They're fun to hang out with too. If you haven't made the trip, man, you need to. They're a blast to be around. But,
I've been to Indiana for the reunion once.
Okay.
When Dad was still living, but I have been since. So.
Yeah. All right. So, we got anything else, Matt? I mean, this is.
No, I mean it's a wild tournament. I think here's what I think we should do. I think next weekend you and I should get together ahead of the Final Four games. So before the first game, and pick our Final Four and national championship result. That's what I think we should do.
Yeah. That sounds good to me. That'll be what the Final Four will be Saturday.
Yep.
So. Yeah.
Probably start around 6 my time, so 5 your time. So if we get together sometime around midday Saturday, I think we'll be in good shape.
Yeah, we can do that for sure. Did you do a second chance bracket, by the way? Did you fill out one of those?
No, I've never done one. I've never ever done one. I always do 3 or 4 mainline brackets. I've never done a second chance bracket. Now, I will say this year is the first year that I had 3 different national championships in my 5 brackets, or 3 different national champions, I should say. I think only one of them is still alive, so I probably should have done a second chance bracket, but no, I didn't do one.
I always do them just because I do that tournament challenge thing on ESPN. I'm like, maybe I get lucky and win like a prize or something like that. If not, it's just fun to kind of keep up with.
By the way, I don't know if you meant to do this. We do have a group. Alumni House does have a group. So.
Yeah. When I sent you my bracket back before the tournament started, like I couldn't find the group. I didn't create one, so I went and created one, and
attached my defaulted to the group from last year. That's what I thought. So
no, I went and recreated created a new one. Because I think those groups disappear after every.
They don't. I have a group that I created 5 years ago that still exists. I don't. You have to manually add your entries to it, but the group is still there.
Okay. So we have two of them then. Yeah. but all right.
Everybody say hi to Zeus.
What's up, Big Zeus? Boy, he's getting grayer and grayer, Matt.
Well, we call him Zeusy Graybeard around here. He's like a pirate. He's an old
Gandalf's pup.
Yep, pretty much. He is an old man.
All right. Well, I think we'll wrap it up with that. And until I'll be back Monday night wrapping up the weekend in college baseball and doing a preview for the coming week. And we'll hop back on sometime Saturday. Unless Matt takes an itch to hop on and talk some college basketball between now and then.
We'll see what happens tomorrow and Sunday. If things irritate me sufficiently enough, I will be hopping on. So we'll see.
All right. Well, until next time, guys. Thank you for joining the Alumni House podcast. I have been joined by Matt. I'm Quacker. We'll see you next time.
Yeah.